Welcome. This is a quick, beginner-friendly workout with no equipment and no jumping. So come and join me on your mat. Howdy, partners. So as usual, I recommend that you have a blanket or a towel for those times when we come to the knees. From here, let's just bring our hands to the heart, take a deep breath in, and sigh that out. Lengthen up through your spine, and just come into a word or phrase that makes you feel totally supported, like I can do this, you are healthy, you are strong, whatever it is. Let that come in and fortify your system because it's true. Now inhale fully and shake off your clutter. Okay, so we're gonna start on all fours. So if you want to put that padding underneath you, feel free to do that now. And we're gonna go in and out of a downward facing dog. So root down through your hands, put a little bit of a fingerprint down into the mat, root your first finger and thumb ball joint because we have a tendency to roll to the outer hands, tuck your toes, and then lift up and back into a downward dog without trying to get your heels to the floor. Just come into the point of a stretch that feels safe. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower slowly to the knees. Slowly is key. Inhale into a gentle back bend, hips and heart lift, any amount. Exhale, round your spine, open the back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, downward facing dog yet again. Inhale and down dog. Exhale, back to your all fours position. Inhale, back bend, hips and heart up. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, begin to bend one knee and the other, alternating, bringing about a little more blood flow and stretch to the back body. Keep rooting down through the palms. It's just so nice to sometimes have our hands down on the ground. It's like, oh, there's the earth. We've been hovering in chaos above it. Now we can ground down. Inhale. Exhale into your first plank pose. So plank is not a sagging and it's not more of a downward dog, but in between with a little bit of a cat pose, so an informed rounding where the tail drapes and the organs draw towards the spine. If this is too much, lower the knees and breathe here. 3, 2, and 1. Now everybody lower the knees, shift back into a child's pose. Walk the arms farther forward and take a deep breath in and out. Rise back up to all fours. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Now we're going to begin to move our padding out of the way and walk our hands back to our feet into a fold. Now everybody's fold is going to look different. You might have a big bend in the knees and you might not. Sway a little side to side. This hair does not want to get out of my mouth. Always fun for making a fitness video is the hair in your mouth. Okay, we're gonna roll this one up and we're gonna use our cat posture to do so. So let your arms and head hang, bend your knees a lot. I want you to start to really feel your legs working. Hug your low belly, mid belly, and upper belly. Draw that back. Hug the organs towards the spine and begin to roll up. Resist the urge to lift your head, please. Start to slowly straighten, and as the torso comes more above the legs, now you can really come into that straighter leg position, shoulders bloom back, and let's just take the arms up and back. Now, you can take the arms up and back together, or you can alternate. What feels better? A lot of our exercise needs to just be informed with what feels better to us. And then shake it out. All right, so again, there's no hopping or jumping in this, but we are going to get into the legs. So come with me and just start to bend with your feet wider than your hips, your knees back and forth. Again, these are large muscle groups and we're really waking up. So now we're gonna come over to one side and pause and reach the arms out to the sides. Now lift the torso up and lean it any amount forward. Lift the torso up and lean it any amount forward, okay? The bigger your range of movement, Oh, snap, crackle, pop, there goes my hip. You might feel this more, okay? You can make this a tiny little movement and then come all the way up. Reach the arms up as you straighten that leg and bring your hands through to the heart. Deep breath in and shake off your clutter. I know that was hard. Luckily, we only have one more leg to do. So bend into that leg. Make sure you feel nice and safe. Reach out to the side. You can stay here or you can begin with that torso movement. Now the torso movement is of course going to get us more into the legs. This is a lot of work. So even when you hear those movements, or excuse me, those classes that it says, well, there's no jumping, that doesn't necessarily mean they're easier. So if this becomes too much, I want you to do a less of a bend in the leg or take a break, please. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and reach up as you straighten that knee and bring your hands to your heart. From here, heel toe in and take the feet underneath you. Bring the ball joints of your feet to touching, but your heels are very slightly apart. Bring your hands to your heart, and like someone is sliding a piece of paper under your heels, lift your heels. And now it's up to you. Do you want to lift them any higher? Does that feel okay? Working through the ankles, the arches, the toes, and the calves. That's part of your posterior chain because it's behind you. Anterior is in front. And we often neglect the back. So let's come into it. If you want even more work, raise the arms up. Breathing here. Draw gently to the midline with the inner thighs. And now lower the heels and lower the arms. Roll the shoulders back, soften the knees. Come up into the top of your mat and step one leg back, bring your hands to your waist. You're not on a tight wire, you're on train tracks. From here, we're going to bend and straighten. You can always hold onto a wall or a chair if balance is just a little tough today, which balance changes from day to day. It changes based on our sinuses. It just on so many things, hormones. So if balance is a little off, just hold on to something gently. If this is a little too tough, change your range of movement to something much smaller or only bend and straighten the front leg and not the back. 3, 2, one more. And then lean forward, bend into your front leg, and kind of hop that back foot up to meet it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, hands to your heart. Reach the arms back now, roll the shoulders onto your back, and start to do some pressing. So we're in the triceps at the same time as we're in the legs. If you want to lose the leg part of it and just do the arms, straighten the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out. So as always, I want to take you out of habitual movement where we're always reaching forward and take you into non-habitual movement, reaching back. New neural pathways galore, new muscles. Okay, hands to the waist, other foot steps forward. In this case, it's my left. And going to begin that up and down, bending and straightening on train tracks with the feet. And maybe reducing the range of movement or holding on to the wall or a chair. Maybe playing with the speed, slowing down, which actually, sometimes we think that would be easier, but oftentimes slowing down just makes it harder because we have more time under tension. One more time. Lean forward, bend the front knee, and walk it in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart, baby chair. This is like there's a stool that's very high up and you're sitting on that high stool. I don't want you going low. And then from here, lengthen the spine diagonally out of the pelvis and take baby mini twist to one side and center. Baby mini twist to the other side and center. Do that one more time each side. Working the obliques, even working the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step back into your second plank or knees down plank, completely up to you. Organize your support, so you're drawing the organs towards the spine. Now, everybody lower to the knees and lower to all fours. So you're walking shoulders over the wrist, hips roughly over the knees, and we're just going to lift one knee and then the other, one knee and then the other. How high you hug it in and how high you hug the ankle up and in is up to you. Now, you can stay exactly here, or this can be done from plank pose. But if you're newer, I would recommend getting started in the all fours position. Up and down. 3, 2, 1, and downward dog or child's pose. So we've done both of those, and you get to choose which one is best for you right now, this moment of your life. And we're not gonna make a choice on the breath. We are gonna all do the breath. Inhale and sigh out. From here, lower to all fours, kind of where we began. Place your knees back on something that feels stable and comfortable to you. And we're going to begin to either reach our right toes down to the floor or our right leg straight up for a little bit more without collapsing at the lumbar or bending the elbows. So from here, take the right toes, turn them down towards the floor, breathe. If you want to try to lift the left arm, feel free. I like to turn my palm in. You can choose whatever feels good in the shoulder. Stay here or inhale, exhale, elbow to knee, or they can even cross. Inhale, extension, exhale, draw in. Round a little more in the spine. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, round, or maybe hug and hold up. Go to extension, and see if you can lower your hand and your knee at the exact same millisecond, because that will take more control, more focus, and more core work. You guessed it, downward dog or child's pose, and breathing. Let this be a moment of your life where you commit to a shape and then commit to breath. We're almost done. Lowering the knees slowly down. Left toes can either stay on the floor and you can hold here, or reach the leg up, activating through those quads, and then again, not collapsing at the low belly. Right arm might come to extension too. You can stay in this full extension or draw in and round, extend and reach. 2 more, draw in and out. And maybe on this one you hug in and lift and curl in a ball. And extend, and hand and knee coming down at that same moment. I'm gonna offer, and you can do a downward dog or a child's pose, but I'm gonna recommend rather a child's pose on this one, or a modified child's pose on the forearms, or even more of a puppy pose if that bothers your knees, to come more here. Breathing. Your only job now is to fill and empty your lungs. Feel your heart. Be witness to the sweat on your skin, your heart rate, your breathing. And then go ahead and come all the way onto your back for just a little bit of stretch and rest. If you are in a hurry today, you can go ahead and just take the stretches that you already know you need and move on. Rocking side to side. And then from here, bring the soles of the feet down. We're gonna interlace our hands behind one leg. Maybe that's the back of the thigh or the calf. Maybe you're using a strap around the arch of the foot. Breathing here. Allow the low back to touch the ground on this stretch. Only straighten the lower leg if that feels really great on the spine and the hip flexors. Switching sides, hamstring stretch. Even if you know you're gonna straighten that other leg, I would like you to start with it bent so that you can start to get a little bit more access to the hamstrings, and then maybe straighten. For me, I'm really tight. I did a lot of work on the back of my legs yesterday. That's not feeling great. So I need to take it a little more easy here. Deep breath in and out. Hug your knees in, point and flex through the heels. Yeah, Okay. And then from here, cross your right ankle to the top of the left knee and hug that in. Now this can be done with your left foot on a wall here or on a chair. You can hug in where you take your arm through the triangle in the middle and interlace in front or behind your left knee. And I love to add movement side to side on this one. There's a little trick that you can do where you can actually, I'm trying to scoot over here, where you can actually kickstand the triceps of one arm, which would be the direction the sole of your foot is going, and you can kickstand over there, and ooh, you might feel something in your glutes on the side of the leg that's forward. And come out of it. And then go ahead and switch sides. Maybe you're on a wall or a chair, interlacing in front or behind that knee. And it's because we're engaging the leg that's front, that just helps keep the kneecap a little more in place, a little more stable, but you don't have to engage this lower ankle. Okay, so I see that a lot. That can actually let go. And if you have a hard time letting it go, it's not because there's a problem with the ankle, it's just a neuro pathway thing that needs to be created. That one ankle can flex and the other one can be soft at the same time. Deep breathing. Maybe kickstand off and go to that side where the sole of the foot is pointing, getting into those glutes a little bit more. Back to center, unwind, and deep breath in, sigh that out. If you would like a Shavasana today, just go ahead and stop this video and rest. I do recommend that you hydrate, that you take some high quality amino acids, or make sure that you eat some high quality protein. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, place them in the comments below and I will get back to you. Namaste.